Welcome to Life Coaching Access, your daily access with professional certified life coaches brought to you by Life Coach Philippines. Life Coach Philippines is our community of professional life coaches certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, a bona fide institute for mental health that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. Life Coaching Access is our service to the community, and we aim to help individuals experience the process of transformation through the platform of life coaching. If you want to know more about our international coaching classes and services, please connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 for assistance. I am Cherry Minas for Rescue Yourself from Self-Sabotage, Get Out in the Way of Your Own Progress. So your access with me is every Thursday at 10 a.m. For my segment today, I will be sharing with you all about mindfulness. And for today's episode, it's gonna be mindful pause. Please tag your friends in the comment below and invite them to join our conversation. You may also share this FB Live to your timeline and FB groups and pages so that we can reach more people and help transform lives. So, yeah, again, tag your friends. Thank you for being here. Invite the others as well. Mm-hmm. And yeah, before I continue with my presentation, let me introduce to you myself first. So again, my name is Cherry Minas. I'm a certified life coach. I'm certified by the Institute, by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. And I work as a technical sales executive. And I do coaching on the side. I'm a chemical engineer by profession. And yes, I do love to travel. I'm a farmer, and if you ask me if I go to the beach or the mountain, I'll choose beach over the mountain, but I also can go hiking. So yeah, please follow me or check me out at my FB page, Coach Chair, and my FB group it's Self Curiosity to Authentic Growth, and the other one is Daily Insights, where you can post your insights, what struck you, or the things that you think is could be shared. So follow me at my IG account. My IG is Gamsus Cherry, and I will follow you as well. And check me at my podcast, Disrupt Your Thinking. Of course, I'd like to invite you to share what you will learn from this. Be intentional being here. Be intentional in learning so that you do not waste a time in your life. And I'd like you to invite you to write your insights, the insights that you'll get from the pictures and from the words that you'll hear from this presentation, because those are gold, I tell you. So write them in your phone maybe, or better to write them in your journal. Screen cap the things that in the presentation that caught your attention, that gave you insight, because those are actually the answers to your prayer. And I'd like to invite you as well to share those thoughts, those insights, those learnings on your FB page with the hashtag, or on your personal FB account with the hashtag Pack My Bag Moment. That means you got what you came for, and then you're packing your bag and leaving for home. But I'd like to invite you to stay up to the end of this presentation. This is very short. And the other one is hashtag life coaching access so that we can easily locate you and find you online. So, yeah, I had this for my first presentation for my first series of mindfulness or mindful living this December. So, your daily practice is important. Sometimes we say that we want to be successful, but if we look at our daily practice, it doesn't align to our goal. It doesn't align to what we want in life. To the bigger picture, it doesn't align to the bigger picture. That is why I am here with you sharing this mindfulness practices so that your daily practice is aligned to your big goal, to what you want in life. Because your habits may break you and your habits may also make you. And we want that our habits will may bring us to success or make us. And yeah, the other picture. So look at those pictures. It's there to inspire you and to you know for you to think. So what are you relating to these pictures here? So the other picture is today is a step for your tomorrow. If you do a good daily practice, if you have a good daily practice, then your tomorrow will be better, will be a level up from your today. So, as I've said, our series for December is mindful living. And I've chosen this topic because December is the end of the year 2020, which a lot of people would say not a good year, but I do not agree. And because it's the end of the year and it's time for us to reflect to start a new year 2021 if we want to change. So I love this picture. It says, is your mind full? Is your mind full of clutter or are you mindful? Because sometimes, like in the picture, the animals are mindful, they are living at the moment, they're enjoying their moment. But we humans, we are so busy with a lot of things, and our brain is so cluttered, we forget that we're here. We forget that what is important is this moment now, is what we are now. Okay, so our episode today is about mindful pause. Last week we had mindful wake up. So I've checked that out because I've shared what practices that you can do in the morning so that you'll have a winning day, so that you'll win the day. And I also shared evening routines that will prepare you to have a better wake up, a mindful wake up, a mindful start of the day. So check that out. And now it's mindful pause. So within the day, how many times do we push the button mindful pause and really pause and feel our body and feel the moment and not be thinking of our past and not be thinking of our future, but be at the moment. To mindfully pause. Pause. Pause and feel the quietness of the room. So, do you ever find yourself wondering what happened in your day? Like, you finish your day and before you go to sleep, you tell your spouse or your children or you tell yourself or the others in your house, my day to day is like, what did I do? It's like I didn't finish anything, and I'm so anxious during the day. I felt um, I felt frustrated. It's like my day is which I do not like, and the things that I wanted to do, I wasn't able to do. I was scrolling my phone all day long, or I was binge watching on Netflix all day long, and like, I did not finish what I needed to finish, and I wasn't present. Or do you feel that you've wandered far and asked, how did I get here? Do you have those moments? Because I did have those moments in the past. And maybe, I don't know if I'll have it today, but yeah, sometimes, a lot of times, I have these moments, wanderings and wanderings. And do you all know that you have programs and wirings? And those programs and wirings that you have runs you on autopilot during the day. Most of the day, it's actually, according to study, it's 95% of the day you are run by your old programs and wirings. And you know what? Those programs and wirings are stubborn. They're not they're hard, they're not easy to change. And because it's hardwired in your brain, in your muscles, in your body. So it's so hard to um, be away from those programs and wirings. But the good news, I tell you, is that these programs and wirings, they may be hard, but they're not fixed. They can be changed. So, according to Freud, there are three levels of the mind. We have the conscious mind, you know, conscious when you use your head to think, actually. The preconscious mind, and the unconscious mind, that is your autopilot, where you don't need to think. Like when you're brushing your teeth, you don't need to think, okay, I'm going to put it up and down and circular. No, you don't do that, right? Usually, you're brushing your teeth and you're thinking of other things. You're not thinking of how to brush your teeth, right? So what are the other things that are in autopilot? Sometimes, if you're not mindful, if you're not practicing mindful living, then a lot of things that you do are in autopilot. Even your response to a question is in autopilot. Let's say a friend asks you, how are you? Kumusta ka? I'm okay. Same lang. Same. So those are your answers, and they are actually programmed. They are hardwired. That's why let's say, if you want to change your response, it's hard. A lot of times we go back to our old style, to our old programming. So let's define those three levels of the mind according to Freud. So first, the preconscious mind, it consists of anything that could potentially be brought into the conscious mind. The conscious mind contains all of the thoughts, memories, feelings, and wishes of which we are aware at any given moment. This is the aspect of our mental processing that we can think and talk about rationally. This also includes our memory, which is not always part of consciousness, but can be retrieved easily and brought into awareness. This is when yung part na yun, when they ask you, um, like, when is your birthday? What were you wearing that day? Then you go back to that memory, and retrieve that memory. So that's conscious. The unconscious mind, on the other hand, is a reservoir of feelings, thoughts, urges, and memories that are outside of our conscious awareness. We don't have to think about it. The unconscious contains contents that are unacceptable or unpleasant, such as feelings of pain, anxiety, or conflict. And this affects our behavior. So, I've mentioned autopilot. Autopilot is run by your um, unconscious mind, your subconscious. And then the other one is executive control. Your day, how do you want your day to be? Do you want it to be run autopilot 95% of the time? Or do you want to have an executive control of your day? Because I did not say that autopilot is bad. There are things that should be on autopilot if it's serving you, especially. But most of the time, it should be of your control. It should be conscious. So mindfulness says is executive control that enables intentional actions, willpower, and decisions. So our highlighted word is intentional. That is mindfulness. So your actions, your willpower even, and your decisions are intentional. Intentional. You have an executive control of that thing. That is mindfulness. How about this? Do you want, are you mostly acting on inertia or acting mindfully? Acting on inertia is your thoughts are just running, your actions are just running on autopilot. Acting on inertia is things may stay or may move the way may move continuously move unless an outside force is acted on them. So Newton's law. So are you acting on inertia or acting mindfully? Do you want to act on inertia or do you want to act mindfully? So of course we want to be mindful. That's why we are here. We want to learn to have mindful pauses during the day. So I have here 4 short practice that we can do to have mindful pauses during the day so that we don't have those wanderings in our life, and we so that we can have an executive control of our life, of our faith. So number one is this is the practice. This is what you can do to have a mindful pause. Again, this is mindful pause. Number one is pause and observe your in and out breaths for 10 to 15 seconds. So pause. 10. So I got a pause of 10. Observe your in and out breaths, or maybe your pulse, because sometimes we um like our pulsation is really, you can hear your pulsation like in any part of your body. And next is take 10 deep breaths. So this will be another topic, but I've researched, or yeah, according to research that I researched on Google, I've read on Google that your breathing, and according to these people who have studied this, we need to breathe, we need to have deep breaths. So because it will help us oxygenate our body, especially our brain and the other parts of our body. So, especially if you are feeling lousy, if you are feeling sleepy, take 10 deep breaths. So, yeah. And then next is ask yourself, what do you feel? So, pause and then have that 10 seconds. You don't need to count, but yeah, it's up to you what will work for you. So ask yourself, what do I feel now? Okay, pause. And what do I feel now? I feel excited actually. Hmm, I feel at peace actually. So what do you feel? And the next question for you to actually work on your goals is to ask yourself, which of my strengths do I want to advance today? Or maybe follow up to number three, what do I feel? What do I want to feel? Again, what do I want to feel today? So I have those questions actually for in my first presentation of mindfulness. So which of my strengths do I want to advance today? Or what do I want to feel today? And as I've said, sometimes we have those practice, but we forget. So how do we reinforce this practice? So first, make it easy and obvious. For example, you want to do yoga, and in yoga, you do a lot of mindful pause or living in the moment because there you breathe and you feel your body. So you live in the moment. Make it easy and obvious means make it obvious. So if you want to practice yoga in the morning, you put your yoga mat where it can be seen. If you want to jog, you put your shoes where you can trip on it. Hello again. I'm back. I'm sorry for that. So I was disconnected, but we're back. So I was able to pause, but it's not mindful. So yeah. So again, so how do we support the practice? Those four practices. So how do you support that? First is again make it easy and obvious. Next, as I was explaining before I got disconnected, remind and refresh. As I've said, use your phone to remind you. Maybe you want to do a mindful pause at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and then 6 p.m. in the evening. And then you put an alarm on your phone that to be so that you will be reminded that at this time you need to practice mindful pause. So it's really short, right? You just need like 2 minutes or even 1 minute to do mindful pause. And the other thing, because sometimes our phone is actually a distraction, because in our phone we have the apps that dings, that those are reminders, and our emails are there, our social media is there. So we are distracted actually. So if you do not want that, you can use a post-it note. So these are the things that you can do. Post-it note where you can write a reflection or a quote that will remind you to do a mindful pause, or a quote or a time. Let's say, okay, at 6 a.m. I'll be doing this. So yeah, use your creativity re, use your creativity so that you will be reminded and refreshed of your goal to be mindful, to have a mindful practice during the day. And then next is if then patterns. Okay, so let's say if I see this person, if I see this person that triggers me, I'm going to pause and do the practice. So those are just suggested practice. The feeling your in and outs of breath, the 10 deep breaths, and the questions. Those are just my suggestions. But of course, you can do your own. What will work for you is the best. If then patterns. If you see the boss, or if you see that person that triggers you, you pause. Mindful pause. And thank that person because they reminded you to do mindful pause. Or if you go to the toilet, if you visit the toilet, of course, you go into the toilet, and then if you look in the mirror, look at the mirror and then pause. Do the practice. So the mirror, I hope the toilet in your office, because I'm imagining the office. You have mirror, or in your house, maybe you have mirror inside the toilet, and then make that an if then pattern. So if I see the mirror, if I go to the toilet, then I see the mirror, that means I need to pause. That's a signal to your brain that pause. Close your eyes, pause. Pause, close your eyes. So yeah, that's your if then patterns. What else? If I see that door, if I pass this door, that means I need to pause. So things like that. Be creative about it, as long as you continue the practice. Yep. Yeah, that's how you actually practice mindful pause. Because according to John Shearer, mindful practice is pausing with awareness throughout the day and connect to life and beyond with calm presence. So the invitation here is be mindful, pause, connect. And according to Laurie Deschen, did I read that right? Practice the pause. Pause before judging. If your autopilot is to judge, pause before judging. Pause before assuming. Pause before accusing. Pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you'll avoid doing and saying things you'll later regret. So practice the pause. Yeah, you can screen cap this or you can find this on Google because I found this on Google and put it in your phone or put it somewhere, print it and post it in your house or in your office so that you will be reminded. And lastly, I needed to put this here because I resonated with it. I agree with this one. So it says pause. Slow. SLOW. It all down. Pause from your full calendar and long task list. Take a moment or 10 to simply be. To remind yourself that this is life right here, right now. To reacquaint yourself with your pulsing heart. I'm so calm today I cannot hear any of my pulses. I cannot feel any of my pulses. And your incredible body that allows you to do all that you do. To remember that life is precious and fragile and should be lived in love. To remind yourself that whatever is happening or wherever you find yourself in your journey, it is all as it is supposed to be. From Walk the Earth. It's I think it's beautiful. So yeah, that's the end. I invite you to do the practice of mindful pause. Do the practice. Share it down below and share it in your wall. What practice are you going to do today to practice mindful pause? To pause so that you will not have those wonderings at the end of your day, at the end of the year, at the end of your life. That how did I get to 90? How did I get here? Do the mindful pause. So again, thank you so much, inviting you for a discovery call with me about self-sabotage, about loving yourself, about self-esteem, about self-confidence, about mindful living. Message me at Cherry Minas, my FB account, Coach Chair, my FB page. And that's my number, 0949-732-5568. And I'm inviting you to my workshop, Discovering the Real You. Check out my FB page for that. So, yeah, those are my resources. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, before I finally say my last goodbye, I would like to invite you to visit our coaching hub, the Decaf Coffee Republic, located at the Pioneer Center. It's across Bayanihan Center, Unilab, if you know that. It's if you're going there by car, just put PC or Pioneer Center. It's along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City. So our coaching hub is open physically from now 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. But our virtual operation is 24/7 and we offer coaching services on demand anytime of the day, any day of the week. Just connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 for your coaching needs. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. Practice that mindful pause. I'll see you next week. Same day, same time. Love bomb. Boom.